You've always taken very seriously your responsibility to the club and the supporters for getting value for money, or good housekeeping as you often refer to it. I guess that's particularly important this summer of all summers, when the effects of COVID are being felt throughout the industry and beyond.
Yeah, and again, I think the financial profile within football is changing, and it is, I say, my responsibility with the stakeholders at the football club to have a strategy in place and put value on players that I think can add value to the football club on the pitch. Yeah, so within that, other football clubs' profiles are slightly, maybe slightly different to ourselves as a newcomer to League One. But again, what we won't do is put the club at any risk financially. There is a risk already, but what we're trying to do is we need to make it a manageable risk. You know, the football club will lose money next season, guaranteed. That is the nature of the industry. But what we don't want to do is make it so it's unsustainable, whereby the football club has a knock-on effect year, and ultimately can lead to some of the things that unfortunately happen to other football clubs that haven't shown that good housekeeping at the right time. Because of the situation that we're in now, it is of paramount importance that we pay what we can afford to pay, and we don't over budget.
Let's just talk briefly about Charlie Goode. It must be a huge compliment to you and the staff and the club that a player who joined the club 12 months ago is now being talked about or speculated about, with a host of championship clubs interested. So that shows a huge amount of progression and development.
Yeah, again, I think when we started recruiting Charlie, in my mind, I thought the lad could play championship football with the attributes that he's had. Now, having worked with him and monitored his progression, the lad can play Premier League football. And he wouldn't look at a place in a Premier League team, and that's the type of players that we're looking for. We're looking for players that can take a step up a level, up 2 levels, and again, and that's the remit that we're trying to bring. The players that we're bringing in, some players we have to bring in for the here and now, other players we bring in for the future. Charlie was one that we thought that was brought in for the future, and rightly so. The accolades and the recommendations that he's getting and the attention that he's getting is fully justified because of the level of his performances. But then likewise again, talking about good housekeeping, because of the way that we've showed good housekeeping, we don't need to sell Charlie. He's on an upward curve as an individual. Us as a football club are on an upward curve, and so again, so we're in tune and we're in time, and very much we're able to fulfil Charlie's ambition, which is playing at the highest level and at a higher level year in, year out.
And if anyone does want Charlie, then obviously it's going to cost them an awful lot of money.
Not so much an awful lot of money. It's value for money. Again, exactly the same way as what we try and do. We're looking for value for money. Championship, Premier League clubs, they will be looking for the same. In our opinion, Charlie is fantastic value for money for ourselves, and for him to go somewhere else, they've got to match that value.